Hello everyone and welcome back to What the Flor-HORROR-ida, the show where in each special edition episode we do a deep dive into a distinctly spooky subject. I'm your master of ceremonies and Professional Floridian Kim, and on today's episode we'll be discussing the spooky world of the I-4 dead zone. Do you like my spooky cup? I got it at the Dollar Tree. It is my horror hydration. Let's get into it. In Central Florida, I-4 is your main road. It'll take you all the way across the state from I-95 in Daytona down to I-75 in Tampa. It is a very convenient road that can connect you to most of the major theme parks in Florida. It's one of the busiest roads, and according to a Teltrack report in 2021, it is also the most deadly highway in America. Between 2016 and 2019, I-4 had 150 traffic fatalities. So it's no wonder that at least a portion of the highway is haunted, right? And no, I am not talking about the eyesore on I-4. That's a subject for another video. The I-4 dead zone is a small patch of I-4 that's located halfway between Orlando and Daytona. If you remember my video from earlier in the year, it's located right near Cassadaga. You know, the psychic medium capital of the world. So that just adds to the mystery that surrounds this particular section of road. Since 1963, more than 2,500 accidents have occurred in this area alone. Adding to that, this area has also had some of the worst hurricanes, but we will get to that in just a little bit. Now, you might say, Kim, it's a busy road in Florida. All of those accidents are probably just a coincidence. After all, Florida drivers, no survivors. And I mean, hurricanes hit pretty often in Florida, so what makes this area so special? But if you will allow me the chance, I would like to tell you about the graves beneath the overpass that are not resting in peace. Prior to the construction of I-4, this is where the St. John's Catholic Colony was located in the 1880s. It was filled with Dutch and German immigrants who were farming the land in the area. However, as was common back in the day, an outbreak of yellow fever tore through the town, killing many people. One family was hit so hard that all 4 members died. Unfortunately, the town's priest had already succumbed to this disease, which meant when that family died, no one was around to read them their last rites. So that's strike one. The family was buried without ceremony and on their own plot of land. With all the yellow fever deaths, the colony collapsed and many graves fell into disrepair. As a nearby town, Lake Monroe, grew, land began to be bought. In the early 1900s, a farmer named Albert Hawkins purchased the land that was previously owned by the family. He began his own farm on this land. Now, to his credit, when he found the graves, he did make a small cemetery for them, but by then the markers had been rendered unreadable. So that's strike 2. They were forgotten to history. The Hawkins property soon became known as the Field of the Dead due to a supposed death of a child in the 1950s. The story goes that a little boy snuck into the cemetery late at night and he damaged one of the grave markers. But on his way home, he was struck by a car in a hit and run, and no arrests were ever made in conjunction with that crime. The Hawkins farm actually burned down sometime after that, but the scrutiny became too much by then. They decided it wasn't worth rebuilding, and so they sold the land and moved out of town. But who would want to buy a haunted farm? The state of Florida, of course. See, they wanted their brand new interstate highway to cross right through that area. How convenient. Strike 3, they moved the markers, but paved right over the graves. I think that'd be enough to piss off anyone, don't you? The same day the graves were filled, one of the worst hurricanes in Florida history hit that exact area. Deadly Donna was meant to hit Tampa Bay, but on a dime, the storm shifted north and hit that exact area instead. The damage delayed the I-4 construction for weeks. Hurricane Donna was the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. It caused 50 deaths, $387 million in property damage, and affected over 50 million people from Puerto Rico all the way up to New England. I will be covering hurricanes in a future video, so stay tuned for that. Within the first few hours of the road being opened in the 1960s, the first accident occurred, and it was a doozy. A large semi-truck jackknifed just above the area of the grave sites. In 2004, the road was due for more construction, but the area was hit hard by Hurricanes Bonnie and Charlie. Once again, construction on I-4 was delayed. The Weather Channel actually did an episode about the I-4 dead zone in their 2014 series, American Supernatural. I found the video in full on YouTube, and I'll link that below in the description box. As if all of this was not enough, many accident reports from that area have suggested sightings of mysterious lights and strange mists just before a crash occurs. Electrical malfunctions and brake failure are also known to occur in this area. Some witnesses even claim that they have to swerve to avoid hitting people who, at second glance, weren't even there. Pretty spooky. So, if you're ever driving through this area, please drive with care. Take a moment of silence to respect not only the family that's buried under I-4, but also those from the St. Joseph's Catholic colony who also lost their lives to yellow fever. And maybe don't pick up hitchhikers, because you never know. So that's the I-4 dead zone. What did you guys think? Have you ever heard of it before? Have you ever experienced a supernatural occurrence in that area? Did you like this video? Let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a like if you liked it, and please, please subscribe. I will be putting out a few more spooky videos in the coming weeks, and they are going to be really good, so you gotta subscribe to keep up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!